Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski show. Sorry it's been so long. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas and got to enjoy it with friends, loved ones, or you just sat around alone because that's what you prefer to do. I can respect that. I have been there. But today we're finally getting to all that VA stuff that I said I was going to get into last week. Just my overall thing. Again, this is just my region, and I know people in other regions that have it worse, and I know people have it better. This is just my experiences under all the administrations, as everyone keeps saying, oh, that has nothing to do with it. Actually, yes, the people running the country, yeah, the people they put in charge have a lot to do with all kinds of stuff, believe it or not. It really, really does mean it. You know, it affects a lot of things. There's a lot of dumb things that happen when they put different appointed people into different things and they have different agendas. And no matter what everyone says, they all have different agendas. They all have their own thing that they're doing. And a lot of things get affected by somebody. I don't want to hear anyone telling me that no, it's not his fault. Like, I'm sorry. There's this big of a change in so many different things. It falls onto them. People in charge. But talk about when I started off, when I first got into the system. It's a couple of months after I got out. Just because of the way I got out, and went from like your medical, I'm on med hold to you're medically cleared and you're getting out in 4 days kind of thing. They cut like 2 months off. But when I first got into the system, under President Obama, Joe was still vice president at the time. I literally figured out like there was all kinds of things wrong in my head. I think Chuck was living with me at the time, so he can confirm at some point. But I tried to get an appointment because I wasn't sleeping and all kinds of other things. I was finally noticing once I got out of tank battalion, everyone remembers the crazy long hours, the early mornings to wake up other grown men. And I say early, I mean I was out the door by 3:30 to be the barracks by 4:15, 4:30, whatever the hell it was, just to go back to the like it was just never ending, really. So I didn't notice I wasn't sleeping because none of us were really sleeping. Didn't notice there was any kind of an anxiety or anything wrong. We were all turned up to 11 all the time. Some of us less than others. Some of us weren't somehow, like Adame, he didn't care. Gary, that'd be Pierce, not Ramsey, because Ramsey was always turned up to 1,000,000, still is. God bless him. Like they were up, but I never noticed because I was pretty much always there around the clock. So it didn't notice I was there. And I tried to get that appointment, and they literally, we have no openings. We have no openings. We can't do anything for at least 6 to 9 months to get you in at all. So I had to go all the way to the VA hospital in Fayetteville and Fayetteville, which I still hate that place. When I told them I'd rather die than go there, I think they finally got the memo because they stopped trying to make me go there for anything because that place is a septic hole on the world. And all it does is piss me off, and it pisses off pretty much everyone I know off to no end because they're worthless. But went to the ER there, took them forever to see me, and there was like 4 of us in there. And Chuck was done with his appointment and back to, come and sit there and hang out. I mean, we sat there for hours after, and his appointment didn't start on time, and how it normally goes. And they finally got me an appointment. It took them like, I think 8-9 weeks to finally get me an appointment. They made it faster than 6 to 9 months they told me at the thing. They won't call you if we can get you in sooner. So but it took forever, which it shouldn't, which is just abysmal, but it's why we get treated, why a lot of people get treated in the system. The beautiful system that the VA is, for anyone that has any experience. I don't care what anyone says. Like, if you like what think the VA is taking care of you, well, please let me know where you are, because a lot of places suck. Record low, well, I should say record long times waiting on your disability claims or anything to really go through. I mean, I waited years, got out in 2011, didn't get anything until, let's see, 2014. So I finally got any kind of anything from them. It took forever, and I peeled a lot of things since then, and they all came back much faster. Or the last administration, but that was at world like slow times. And then to try to get to be seen out in town, like it seemed to take them forever. Whenever you asked to do anything out in town, even stuff that they couldn't do, it took them like down here. I was waiting months to get a call when I wanted to do something out in town. I had doctors, all kinds of things, because they had months and months and months wait. Like it took them, and by the time they would call me, I'd be like, huh? Like for what? Like, oh, well, to get your TENS unit or to go do this. They're like, I'm sorry, but I asked for that 4 months ago. I forgot. And then the same response. Oh, like that's the response on the other end of the line. Like, yes, I asked for this so long ago that I forgot by the time you guys called me that I even requested it, because there's no point, because they don't do anything fast. None of them. And well, really, I mean, how many of us ask anything of the VA to go see anyone? And like life is still going on. There's a million other things to worry about. And so I'm like, oh yeah, what do you know? Most VA appointments suck, and you just get rushed through. But it was such a headache to do that for forever. Like it was mind-alteringly bad. And we saw the reports of how bad like things like dental offices were at the VA, where they were sending out letters possibly giving people Hep C and stuff because they didn't properly clean their instruments, or veterans dying in their facilities, just getting toxed on so many, like it's just so much bad stuff. And it really, I mean, like it was abysmal. And I mean, I will say under that time, at least, I don't know, I think I had 3 primary care doctors in that amount of time. One of them was good. I liked Doc Logan. She had to medically retire. The second one was just a fill-in, which I wish she would have stuck around, because I spent like 3 years, it felt like, in the office just trying to go over everything with her and figure out everything for my hip bursitis that I was having, which, by the way, doesn't feel good. And then the third one was just a waste of like just everything in general, who I found out still works in the building apparently, but just she answers phones all day. Like, good, because she should not be a doctor, because she was absolutely worthless. At least I think that's the correct honor of my doctors. Doc Melton, if you're listening, you suck. And then we move on to the Trump things. And I did have, again, I had 2 more doctors, but it was only in a 4-year span that I had, I mean, Melton was there at the beginning of it, but I had 2 doctors, and the one was, in 4 years, 3 doctors technically, because Melton was still there for a little bit at the beginning of it, but minus like that, at least they filled in that when one doctor left, they filled it in really fast, so the replacement was there. Like, okay, well, this person's leaving then, so we're going to put you in for this. For like, they would use their brains about it. Like they didn't act like they were completely incompetent during most of it. I don't know. I mean, even normal doctors' offices have some moments of like incompetence. You're sitting there going, what? And scratching your head. You're never going to be able to get rid of that. I don't expect them to get rid of those times when you're sitting there scratching your head going, huh? But like, at least, I mean, none of the doctors were stellar with things, but well, I'll be fair. Like when the lady came in, the lady that replaced Melton came in, she was good at first. By the time I saw her again in 6 months, she was broken. The Polish guy that I got in 2020, Dr. Ski, he has one of those big long last names like me, also Polish, but like he was good the first appointment. And then by the time I saw him again, like it was the most worthless thing ever. I mean, the amount of, I know it's just because of this area again, so I'm not bashing the whole entire VA for it, because there are spots where people get really good care. There's actually a lot, a bunch of places, but here, like, I mean, doctors just drop like flies. I mean, I think I'm up to 6 now, been in the system. And that's just since Doc Logan left. Doc Logan was there for like the first 2-3 years. Like she was mine. So 6 years. Like I'm now starting on my 6th doctor. Like I get a doctor for like a year ish, and they leave. But this time, like this year, I'd say since new everyone took over, like, oh my God, it has been long to like get a new doctor to get to do anything. But before I get all to that, processing claims did get faster. My appeals were coming back around a yearish. Getting appointments out in town, I'd say that they went from like taking forever. I mean, there were some times I waited like 4 to 6 weeks for them to call me, to process it, all that, depending on how many are coming in, but I still got the call and I still remembered it. Sometimes I even got them in that 2 weeks or so, there was a lot of back and forth with my doctor saying they put it in, them saying they didn't get it, so there's some dumb stuff that happened every once in a while, but that happens with all doctors. So I'm not even upset about that. But it was average, I'd say 3.5, 4 weeks was the normal. To have the call and have everything, scheduled, maybe 6 weeks to have everything, me to have that appointment done, 6, 7, again, depending on where I was going. And then COVID didn't help that first year, but all of that happened so much faster. And like they screwed me after I got hit. This is the people that run like this, sending you out in town stuff, like they straight up lied. And like the person that I dealt with was just an idiot, but that screwed me there. But when I got ran over, I got out of the hospital Thursday, which should have been the week before, but a whole nother story. That was just idiots in general, but like idiots that were talking to the hospital every day, but didn't think, but then told me we couldn't get a hold of you. I'm like, well, you've been talking to the hospital every day. Didn't think to call my room to get a hold of me to see where to send the wheelchair. Like that level of stupid. But they did get me in miraculously. What do you know? Got out Thursday night. So Friday morning, I was home very early, around midnight or so. And they somehow had me in to see my primary care on Monday. They didn't schedule it until Thursday. So they got me in right away to do that, where I was sleeping like an hour every 3 or 4 days. And suddenly I still can't get you in for a couple of weeks. So that did get better, and it got better every time. And then there was, so like, again, I finally, then we get to last year. And I finally had my last appointment with my former psych doctor, Bastion, whatever the hell, Jocelyn, however you pronounce her last name, whatever the hell you want to call her, worthless. Like, I'm gonna say it was October 2020. She told me that, it'd be done. And that would be her last appointment. They'd be calling me when the replacement got there. Oh, cool, whatever. Have fun. Your next, whatever you're, good luck with your future endeavors. Getting future endeavored is always fun, especially when it's her. She said she was going to be gone from me years ago. And anyone that's ever had her, Chuck, please find this and comment much. She sucked. I didn't get a call. I think I found like I want to say they called me in February, like they said they were going to, January, February timeframe. And they said, cool, the new one replacement's going to come in. And you're not going to like her either. So are you good on your meds? And we're going to, call you, to set up the new appointment when the new one's ready. And then she didn't come in for like extra months, and like they weren't ready for the new doctor. Then like all the problem, we got nothing. Like they didn't even have anything on it. Like no one would like, and I finally threw enough of a little bit of a fit that suddenly, boom, no, we can get you in like on Tuesday. Like this Tuesday. Yeah. Like, oh, but literally I went 14 months between appointments because they just couldn't get the doctor there, or they weren't ready for, she was ready for them. They weren't ready for her, which is just mesmerizing because no one else was even doing any appointments for any of those patients, which is tantalizingly terrifying. And they wouldn't have called if I didn't start freaking out because I was almost out of meds. I had no refills left because my doctor was gone. Which is just amazing when you think about it. And my first appointment again with the Polish doctor went well. Not this appointment, not bad. This year's appointment when I had him was literally over the phone, and he's now gone again because I have another new primary care doctor. But we talked about my neck. I said, well, the x-rays look clean. So hopefully one day there'll be a test to show that, actually in pain, like you say, but until then, deal with it. Like exact words from the doctor. Tell me how many people in the civilian world would hear that and not punch someone in the neck. Like, oh, you say you're in pain. You probably are in pain, but we're not going to do anything. And this is coming from the same doctor who also, at one point, him and his staff, his nurses just do it. He tells them, I ask, they ask him, but who I literally said, I'm going down to see my neurologist who's in Wilmington where they do x-rays. Who I might add, nothing, you'll never hear me say anything bad against Dr. Oster. That guy is, best VA doctor I've ever had. But I told him I'm going down to see him on Tuesdays. It's always Tuesdays. I don't know why all my appointments are Tuesday. But can you put in the x-rays? Yeah. So I could do it while I'm down there. The exact words were, and I quote, you're going to be in here in 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks, could have been 2 weeks. But so we'll deal with it then. I'm like, how about you put it in? Because I'm not driving all the way back down there to do x-rays when I can take the 3 minutes to do them while I'm already there. And they literally responded, the doctor, said that he will, Dr. Ski said, we'll deal with it when we see you in person. So I literally went to my neurologist appointment. He asked me what was, I said, I've been having more migraines. He said, why? He said, it feels like my neck's going to explode and it's causing my head to want to explode. And he put in the x-rays for me. Like I went from getting anything I needed to literally having to look at my only good doctor. Can you put this in? Because here's the exact verbatim. We'll deal with it when you come in person. Make me drive back down here. And he put it in. So again, things weren't perfect. There was still stuff like that. But now that we're back to Joe, I've noticed some big, big things. Big changes, horrific changes. Like I just said, it took them that long just get a psych doctor in there, and they didn't have anything to even help me in between. There was nothing. There was no primary care. I had, you could reach out to the hotlines and all that, but I mean, how the hell can you be that ill prepared and not be able to have tell all of us to wait until the new one gets in there, which is just, amazing. And all that little fit also got me scheduled for my primary care doctor, my new one. And it's amazing because, heaven forbid they could actually do their job. I don't even get to see my new primary care doctor until March. That's how far out it is. And they could see me through anything. And I told you about my last doctor and how that went, tell me to deal with it. That was under, that was this year under all that. Months to actually get to see them, have my sixth doctor in about 6 years, which is just terrifying if you really actually think about it. We're coming up on 10, but again, Dr. Logan was there for a very long time with me. So I have zero ability to retain anybody, which means I get to start all over again from scratch with another doctor, because again, they want their own stuff. They want, they don't want to completely change everything, but they want their own tests and their own everything and to learn their own everything. I just had to do with a new psychiatrist. I had to go over all kinds of stuff. And they called literally I found out my doctor was retiring. So, primary care. So I put in requests in August. So could you get me out to see, an eye doctor and this and that and the other thing, because my 2 years is coming up. And I literally just got the call last week for the eye doctor. The earliest they can get me in to do that is March. Took them 4 months to process and call me to set up an appointment to go see an eye doctor. And y'all know if you were in the regular world, heads would be exploding. So I don't want to hear it. I've seen the care between 3 presidents. 2 of them weren't necessarily all that good, at least not here where I am. Yeah, it'd be a complete coincidence and things didn't completely get better, but some things did actually get a lot better between them. And people put their own people in there. So this is all their policy and all their people doing all this stuff. And again, this is just in my area here in North Carolina, Winston-Salem's the big regional office, does everything. It's just them. But damn, have they gotten like terrible, like cataclysmically terrible at providing any care to help anything. Like, it's actually abysmal. It's kind of embarrassing. And I know places like up with Chuck in Michigan, like I literally think he's on like double digit doctors in very, very, very short amount of time. Like just from people leaving, like you have to start all over again. If this happened to anyone else, like, all hell would be breaking loose. People would be blowing, the heads would explode. And this is the stuff we deal with all the time, which is why most of us are like, why would you want government running your healthcare or anything like? Because the VA sucks. There's a lot less of us. So you do that creepy whispering thing that he does. They can't figure out the VA in all these years. Hell, until Trump got in, you couldn't even fire VA employees and doctors that sucked and didn't do their job. Like, there's so much of it. And everyone keeps saying, well, it's not his fault. Like, it sucks. I'm sorry. I know how I'm getting treated between doctors and appointments. I see how the machine works before, and I see how the machine works, after people come in. Except for Obama, because I wasn't there. For Bush running the VA. Wasn't there. Don't know. Obviously, by years, I missed that one. But like, it's just abysmal and garbage and pathetic that this is how they treat it, and the people like defend it, which is the real scary, scary part. But yeah, like, it's just pathetic, the level of just incompetence and stupid that is out there. And I figured I should share, like, just, because again, it's now third president. I can tell you exactly how things ran, at least in this area. And they were starting to get a little better. Like, hey, I have this problem. Like, cool, come in this day. And they could see me. And now we're back to, nothing gets processed for weeks, months. And they say, well, we still haven't gotten it. And then they say they sent it. And it's just idiocy. And, a new doctor every 12 seconds, waiting that long just to get a doctor. No call. Like, it's just, I don't know. Difference is night and day between people can say whatever the hell they want. You're not in my shoes here. Maybe you are down here. And you're like, yeah, they do suck. Maybe your VA doesn't suck. I don't know. But I know that me down here, it's gotten back to really bad. And Chuck up in Michigan is abysmal. So it's not good for any of us. But with that, I'm going to leave it alone right there. We got to jump off, sign off. The uploading tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know. One of the days I'm finally going to go over, because, he did the speech, then he did an interview, which he didn't know the difference between, pills and tests. And then after he corrected himself, he went right back to talking about pills. But he's okay. So we're going to get into all that. It's just he did the interview. And then Christmas came up with all kinds of extra stuff. So we're going to get into all that this week. So look forward to that. But I do appreciate y'all. Thank you for listening. Thank you from all the people outside the U.S. for listening. Again, share it out on socials. Helps me out. The audio, the video, follow along on all of them. It really, really helps me out. And I really do appreciate y'all. Make sure you do check the Facebook page. And share like the video and the audio out to like your own thing, because they're not even letting most of like anyone that I know. Like, I go live and I have people that are sitting on the page I'm friend with that don't get notified that the show went live, even though they follow it. So please go on there and check it out. Make sure you share all those out for me too. Because if you share out the audio, go and share out those. It helps. Rumble, YouTube, whatever, but share it out, because, the algorithm hates me, and well, we all know how I feel about the algorithm. So every little bit of sharing is appreciated. So enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Let me know what you think about all this. Comment away. Let me know if you ever want to come on here. I'm always willing to sit down and talk with someone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And like always, until next time, my friends, peace.